types of LSAs in OSPF. Okay. Well, if I talk about the types of LSAs in OSPF, there are uh, 9 types of LSA, or 11 you can say. First one is router LSA. Okay. Second one is network LSA, summary of LSA, ASBR summary LSA, or external LSA. Okay. Sixth one is the multicast LSA. That is hardly usable in any network. Okay. The next one is what NSSA LSA. That is a special type of LSA forwarded by the not so stubby area. Then external LSA, and last one is the opaque LSA. Okay. Well, if I talk about the router LSA, the routers, those are already running with the OSPF process, are sharing the router LSA within the same area. If I talk about the same area routers forward the router LSA. Like these three routers are the part of area 1. So in this case, the router will exchange the LSA 1. Where is the second one? Network LSA. Okay. Here, when there will be a point to point link. What? When there be a point to point link, and link is connected with what? Ethernet link. The designated router broadcast the LSA type 2. So when there will be an election of DR, BDR, in that case, the network LSA will be forwarded. Let me go to GNS3 and we'll observe that will this how the LSAs will be forwarded. So dear, let us take some routers like this router and this router. Okay. Let me connect them via cable, serial cable like this. Okay. And let me connect one more routers, these two routers, and we are going to capture the packet in between them also. Okay. Fast Ethernet and fast Ethernet. So the link above is the point to point link, and this one is what? Ethernet link. Okay. Let us assume the network forwarded in between the network that will share the data is 192.168.10.0, and network available here is 192.168.11.0. We will forward the data through area 0 on above one, and we will also create area 0 on these routers also. Okay. Now we will compare the LSA types in between them. Okay. Let me right click on here, start capture. Okay. And also we'll do the same on this image also. Okay. Let me check. Okay. So before going to capture, we have to turn on the devices. Let me turn on the devices. Now the devices are on. Let me start capture, and let me start capture on this also. So we have just turn on the Wireshark on between the two different devices. Okay, to compare the LSA types. So here you can see that Wireshark is working. First of all, we will do the configuration on this one point to point link. Then we will do the configuration on this link also. Okay. We will first discuss about the point to point link. Okay. Let me configure the routing on this network. So we have to go to global configuration mode, select the interface. Which interface is this? Go to view. Okay, show hide label interface, interface F0/0, F0/0, no shutdown. IP address is what? 192.168.11.1 and 255.255.255.0. Okay. Let me provide the IP address on this side also. Configuring terminal. Okay. Interface F0/0, no shutdown. IP address is what? 192.168.10. Sorry, 11.2 and 255.255.255.0. Okay. So we have just provided the IP address. When you will provide the IP address, a gracious ARP will be forwarded, in which the source and destination address will be the same. This broadcast is only done for what? To inform the other device about the MAC address. Okay. So let me go back to again start doing the configuration of OSPF. So how you can do that? Router OSPF1 network. Okay. Router OSPF1 network 192.168.11.0, 0.0.0.255 area 0. Okay. So whenever you will configure with the area 0, it will start multicasting the hello packet and will be repeated in every 10 second. Okay, the hello packet. Now let's do the same again on another router. It will create the neighborship. Okay, router OSPF1, OSPF1 network 192.168.11.0.0.0.0.255 area 0. So you know that the routers will create the neighborship because they are in same areas. Okay, so you can see that the neighborship process will be started. So DBD packet will be forwarded. After that, there are 7 steps of process that will be followed by all of them, both of them. Okay, so routers are exchanging the packets. Okay, let me check. Now the neighborship has been created. Okay, the routers will forward lots of messages like DBD message and so on. Okay, now let's go to any update packet. This one. When I will click on this packet, okay, go to OSPF header. Okay, the OSPF version 2 is working. Okay, message type LS update 4, right? LS update package. So which type of LSA is this? LSA type 1, right or not? So during the multicasting, the routers are during the update packet, the routers are exchanging what? LSA type 1. Clear everyone? This is LS update packet. If I click on this one, so all the details are available here. The Link-State IT is 192.168.11.1 advertising routers and so on. And this is what? The flag bits length is 36. Okay. All the details are available for that packet. Okay. Let me observe some more packets. Let me click on uh, another LS update. We'll observe that it is also what? LSA one type. Okay. Let me click on DBD packet. So DBD packet is also what? This one. This one is also what? Router LSA. Which type of LSA is that? Router LSA, with that it will be forwarded within the organization. Clear everyone? And if I will go to this hello packet, OSPF hello packet. So OSPF hello packet is just forwarded to check the neighborship formation in between the routers. Okay. So the routers exchange is what? The router LSA. Right or not, dear? Now, any confusion with first type of LSA? Now, if I click on on this packet, LSA update packet, that is multicasted in between what? The routers. If I will click on this too, so this is what LSA type 2 is forwarded in between them. Okay. Click on this one. Let me check. So which type of LSA is this? So LSA type 1 is available on this side, right or not? So if I talk about the point, if I talk about the information exchanges in between the router, so router will forward the data in form of what? A router LSA in between what? Two in between the two routers. But if I check with this one update, so the update that is multicasted by DR, it will be in the form of what? This one. This will be in the form of what? LSA type 2. Okay. So in the Ethernet link, we can see that LSA type 1 and type 2 will be forwarded. Okay. And let me connect one more router here like this. This router we will use. Okay. When I will connect one more router and will configure the OSPF on that one. Okay. So when I will connect one more router and Let me provide the network here 192.168.10.0. Okay, this is 11.1. This is 11.2. 192.168.11.2. This one is 10.1 and this one is 10.2. Okay. When I will configure the OSPF on this side with different area, let us assume that area 1 is here. Then then the routers will forward the summary of LSA. That is means this router will forward the summary of LSA on this side. In summary of LSA, the inter area routes will be forwarded. That is means the route from the different area will be forwarded. Clear everyone? So let me go to R4 first, then R1. Let me turn on this first of all before doing the configuration. Okay, let me turn on this router. So go to R4 first of all, provide the IP address. So interface F0/1, no shutdown. IP address is what? 192.168.10.0, 0.0, sorry, 255.255.255.0, 10.1. This is 10.1 actually, 10.1 and 255.255.255.0. IP address 192.168.10.1.
You need to be on the interface.
Okay. Oh, we forgot. Interface F0/1. Okay. So let me change the IP address for the same. Okay. And let me do the same on this router. Configuring terminal interface F0/1. No shutdown. IP address is what? 192.168.10.2 and 255.255.255.0. Okay. So we have just provided the IP address. Let me advertise the network on both the routers. How we can do that? Router OSPF1 network is 192.168, 168.10.0, 0.0.0.255 area 1. I'm changing the area in this scenario. Okay. Area 1 is here. Let me do the same configuration. Router OSPF 1. Network is what? 192.168.10.0, 0.0.0.255 area 0. Area 1, sorry. Whenever I will press enter, the routers will exchange what? Some update packets. Let me go to these update packets. LS update packet will be forwarded. Let me check the details about these update packets. So whenever I will click on this, it will show you LSA type 3. What type of packets are there? LSA type 3. That is means the advertisement, the updates received from the different area is known as the LSA type 3. Because the areas are different. This is area 0, this is area 1. When the update from area 0 will be forwarded to what? Different area, it will be forwarded in form of what? LSA type 3. Okay. So we have just covered the LSA type 1, that is means the data forwarded within an area. Okay. So these two routers will exchange LSA type 1 because these are in inter area, intra area, sorry. When there will be a DR-BDR election, they will forward LSA type 2 but multicasted that. Okay. Here, when the data forwarded from the different areas, so this was the data belong to area 1 forwarded to area 0. This will be forwarded in form of what? LSA type 3. LSA 3. Okay. Now, so dear, now we have just seen the LSA type 1, LSA type 2, LSA type 3. Clear or not? Okay. Now, what about the LSA 4 and LSA 5? The LSA 4 and 5 LSA 5 will be received from the other protocols. What? From the other protocols via external networks. So which protocol is there for the external network? That is BGP protocol, right or not? So to receive the LSA type 4 and 5, we have to configure the BGP on any router. Okay, let me connect one router here. Okay, and we are going to configure the BGP in this scenario, FA0/0, FA0/0, FA0/1. Okay, in this scenario, this R3 will forward the LSA type 3 in what? To the other routers. Clear? Okay. So dear, we are going to configure the BGP on this side. Let us assume the network is what? 200.0.0.0. Okay. The IP address available here is 200.0.0.1. Okay. 200.0.0.2. 200.0.0.2. Okay. When we will configure the BGP protocol over here, the router 3 will also forward the update to the neighbors, right or not? That we have just connected new network, but that is from other protocol. What will be done? This router 3 will forward the updates, right or not? These updates will be forwarded in form of what? LSA type 4 and 5. Clear everyone? Okay. Let's do the configuration and we'll observe these LSAs. Okay, let me turn on the system, turn on this router. Okay, let me do the configuration on R3 and R4, R3 and R2. Okay, R3 and R. Okay. Hmm. R2 also will be configured. Okay, let me close one R3. Okay, so go to R3 first. Go to global configuration mode. First of all, provide the IP address. So interface F0/1, no shutdown. IP address is what? 200.0.0.1 and 255.255.255.0. Okay. Let me provide the IP address on other side also. How we can do that? Go to global configuration mode. Interface F0/1, no shutdown. IP address is what? 200.0.0.2. Clear? 255.255.255.0. Okay, we have just provided the IP address. Now we have to configure the BGP on this side. How we can do that? First of all, we have to decide the AS number. Let us assume that the AS number available on this router is what? 150. Okay. AS number for this one is 300. Okay. We can choose any number from 0 to 65536, 1 to 65536. Okay. I'm randomly choosing these two. Okay. Let's do the configuration. Router BGP with AS number 150. Clear? Network 200.0.0.0 mask. What is the mask? 255.255.255.0. Okay. Now we also have to advertise the neighbor router. How we can do that? Neighbor 200.0.0.2 remote AS 300. What is the AS number of neighbor? 300. Okay. This packet will be forwarded. Now let's go to R2 also. Router BGP. Which one? 300. Okay. Network 200.0.0.0. Then mask is 255.255.255.0. Okay. Then advertise the network neighbor 200.0.0.1 remote AS 150. Clear? BGP protocol must be advertised to OSPF and OSPF must be advertised to what? BGP. Right or not, dear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's go to R3 and let's finish this work. Go to R3, go to OSPF first. Router OSPF 1. Okay. Let's put a command redistribute BGP. Which one? BGP 150 subnets. Okay. Now let's go to router BGP 150. Okay. Uh, router BGP 150 redistribute OSPF 1. Now the neighborship will be created after the redistribution. Now let me see. Yeah, the update packet will be forwarded, right or not? Let me click on these updates so you can see these are which type of LSAs, dear? LSA type 5. That is means these LSAs are incoming from any external network, right or not? Okay. So these types of update are receiving from what? Any external network. So in case of external network, it will receive the LSA 4 and LSA 5. Clear everyone? Now any confusion about LSA 5?